Hello, welcome to another edition of AM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. Today we're going to learn about the 2023 Relay for Life of the Greater South Shore. It's coming up on Saturday, June 3rd at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office, which is up on Washington Street in Braintree Highlands. It's from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. with a full day of events happening that day. And here to tell us more about it, please welcome Dina McCarthy and Karen Mossman. Ladies, great to meet you both.
Thank you, same here.
Thank you for having us, Joe.
It's a pleasure. We've helped to promote this event for many years in the past. It was held in Quincy years ago. Since moved to Braintree, it's kind of migrated around the South Shore. Is that right, Dina?
It is right.
Yeah.
I was a part of the Quincy Relay for Life for many years, and unfortunately, we sunsetted into other groups for the reason that we had a decline of participation in Quincy, and we learned that this phenomena was really based on all these other diseases and events that were taking place.
Oh.
And so people were being, these competing demands for, I really care about this, I really care about that, where do I go? And so we didn't want to go anywhere. So what we did was we just all became one larger event.
Okay, so it became of the Greater South Shore, basically, yeah. It all raises money for the American Cancer Society, right?
Yeah. So the Relay for Life is an event under the arm of the American Cancer Society.
Okay.
And the American Cancer Society is one of the most innovative, leading cancer fighting organizations. And we volunteers promote their vision of an end to cancer. And so we advance their mission by fundraising.
Right.
And through fundraising, we save lives and allow researchers to create and discover different cures for cancer.
Can you maybe point to some past success stories?
I'm a success story.
Are you really?
I am.
Tell your story, Dina, please. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a brain cancer survivor.
Are you really?
And I had the good fortune of having Dana-Farber treat my cancer. And so, again, my good fortune is I survived based on the research, based on the support of the American Cancer Society, because not only do they fund research, but they care about patient support and advocacy. And for example, I'm employed full-time. I have health insurance, but some of the costs exceeded my insurance coverage, and so they provided me tangible support and fiscal support for prescriptions and other costs that you would think, oh, how in the world does your insurance provider not give this money to you?
Transportation, right?
Transportation, yes, that's one of the pieces of support that the American Cancer Society provides.
Good nutritional program, I know, is another
Yes.
one. Yeah.
And there's also the Hope House in JP.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
So the Hope House is a place where cancer patients are able to stay. Those who come from all over the country
I see.
for the leading cancer care of Dana-Farber, Mass General, who are now Mass General Brigham. And so they have a place where they don't have to expend the money through hotels.
Hotel costs,
Yeah, and so it's for them and their family.
Sure. Okay, that's a great service. I wasn't aware of that, so that's
Phenomenal.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And the American Cancer Society provides funding for that
Yes.
through events like Relay for Life.
Yeah.
So now here you are, turning around and giving back by volunteering for this event, and I bet you that's a common theme too from survivors.
It is a common theme. For me, I felt very devoted to the mission. As I said, I was the lucky one. I have many friends. Each year, I have another friend who either is battling cancer or has succumbed to cancer.
Yep.
And so, and in the presence of no cure, I know I too can be diagnosed again.
Right.
And so
How many years has it been now, Dina?
I believe, who's counting, but
Yeah, I'm sure
I
you are.
believe, I don't know, I had brain cancer, don't forget.
That's her excuse for everything.
Oh, sure.
Hey, we all need one.
Several. So it's been several.
So yeah, I would
Yeah.
say over maybe 13 years.
Has it really been that
Yeah,
long? Okay,
I
all
know.
right.
It takes a long time to grow out.
Yeah. Wow. What is that? That was another issue. Hair, right? Hair loss.
Oh yeah.
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 I mean, that's something that folks don't think about, but it has an emotional impact.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. And Karen too is impacted by cancer
Yep.
in a different way.
Yep. Do
The
tell us, Karen.
capacity of a caregiver.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Another aspect of it, sure. Yeah.
Definitely. I've most recently lost my father. It's been 5 years, but I'm still angry.
I understand.
Yep.
Yeah.
The week he passed away, 2 weeks later was my first Relay for Life.
Really?
Yeah, it was just coincidental. And
Oh, okay.
I remember they had the Survivors Lab,
Yep.
which is an amazing opportunity to celebrate survivorship, but I was very angry. And
Yep.
so I kind of have a little trouble with that particular part of the ceremony, but it's a beautiful aspect. But yes, my dad had lung cancer originally, and then a number of years later it came back, which it often does, and wreaked havoc across his body in many, many ways, and it made his last year very, very difficult for him and for his family, his wife, his kids, all his loved ones.
Yes. Yeah. Is that why you got involved with Relay for Life? Was when he was first diagnosed?
No,
No.
I actually, about 15 years ago, I decided I needed to do something to give back to the community. I had actually lost my dog to cancer.
Oh.
And I had been used to walking her every day, every day, and I just honestly felt like I had nobody to care for, nobody actually needed me, and I felt very useless, and so I said, I need to do something. But the only thing I do is walk. So I said, what can I do? And at that point, I actually joined the Avon 2-day walk for breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
And Avon has since taken their resources and gone to support Making Strides, which is another event for the American Cancer Society.
Okay.
So they happened to end that after my participation happened to be for 10 years.
Wow.
And I just had to
was a
continue the
void,
fight.
yeah.
Yes, I
Oh.
definitely had to continue the fight. And it was good timing because I went from a specific cancer to the entire plethora of cancers.
Right.
I've also recently lost a sister-in-law in her 40s, far too young to die from cancer. But yeah, I don't know anybody who hasn't been touched by cancer or lost somebody.
Yeah, we talked about this before we started the show this morning, that either directly or indirectly, some form of cancer impacts everybody.
Yeah.
And if you think it doesn't, then you just don't know yet. You don't know that person, or you don't know, unfortunately, about yourself, right?
Right.
And I'll add that even survivors,
Yeah.
from my experience, their lives are never the same afterwards because the treatments they go through, the things that happen to their bodies are not the same afterwards. And it's not something that you just cure and walk away. It's
Right.
with you for the rest of your life, whether it's in remission or otherwise.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it's probably, Dina, always in the back of your mind. I mean, you develop a cold or something, and oh gosh, is it that traumatic impact?
Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
I would say many people experience that. I, however, don't have that gene in my body
Okay.
of worry.
Okay, you're fortunate then. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I don't want to, minimize
Of course.
that experience because, of course, there are some occasions when I'll think, well, I don't know, maybe it could be.
Right.
But it doesn't paralyze me.
Right. Okay.
And again, the care that my care team at Dana-Farber, were so outstanding. We're so compassionate and caring. If I could give part of my body for research, I would.
Wow.
I'm that, I'm that aligned with this mission and the vision.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear those stories an awful lot from people who have gone through treatment, that the caregivers are special people that have
indeed.
truly dedicated their lives to that calling, to helping their patients however they can.
Yeah,
and I've heard that
absolutely.
many times from folks who've gone through, specifically through Dana-Farber, but also Mass General,
Oh, yeah.
Brigham and Women's, and other research facilities right here in the Boston area
Yeah.
as well. So it takes a special person, and I'm sure to have support from the American Cancer Society means an awful lot
Yeah.
to them.
So we contribute and add to the $3 billion that's already been invested in cancer research since 1991. And, that's leading to saved lives
Right.
and innovations, especially like more recently. And I have a story to share of a
Yep.
friend of mine who passed away from cancer. It was a rare type of cancer, and their loved one was told by the treating provider, if it were only 3 or even 2 years in the future, based on the research in the field of cancer immunology,
Yeah.
there would have been more
Some types
promising.
of treatments. Yeah, is that
treatments.
right? Wow.
And to know he was that close
Yes.
is just knee-buckling
Yeah.
and heartbreaking.
Well, an ironic silver cloud, I guess, from the pandemic has been the discussion about the mRNA technology that was used to develop the COVID-19 vaccines, and how that technology might be used for treatment of cancer in
Yes.
the future. Yeah.
Joe, yes.
Yeah. So, if something good had to come out of it, if that's it, then that's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about the event. Again, it is, June 3rd, so it's coming up quickly
Yeah.
at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office up on Washington Street, Braintree Highlands. For us old timers, it's the old Norfolk County Respiratory Hospital locations. Beautiful grounds up there.
Oh, it is. It
Actually,
is.
yeah, it really is very pretty. Starts at noon, runs through 10. So what's going to be happening?
Lots of stuff.
Okay,
Lots
do
of
tell us,
stuff.
Karen, yeah.
Yes. First of all, the location is unbelievable. It's
Yep.
a paved path, and we have a small path and a large path. And the relay itself is a walking event.
Okay.
Folks get to have teams, and each team has a site where they can set up a table, a canopy, what have you. Although it's beautiful tree covering, so it's just a beautiful area. And you relay, you share walking around the track for the event,
Yep.
which is 12 to 10.
And may I interrupt?
Yes.
Relay, it's a misnomer.
So you're not passing the baton?
No.
There's no batons,
Okay.
there's no running.
No running.
Because
Okay.
that's the first question I always get
Yeah.
when I start to promote the event.
Yep.
I
Do I have to run? Right.
I'm
Right.
not a runner.
You don't. Nope. You just walk.
Okay.
And there's nobody like watching you, so
Waiting, like, come on, let's go.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And if you sit out a lap, it's okay.
Okay, all right.
But one of the things that people love, competitive people, is we have a lap bead promotion where for every lap you do, you add a bead to your lanyard, and you can see the progress of the event in your own personal steps.
Okay.
It's really pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
the kids love it.
Yes.
I bet, yeah.
And so at 2 o'clock, we have our opening ceremonies where we are welcoming the mayor to speak and the sheriff
The
of
mayor
Norfolk.
of Braintree.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And
Tom's welcome to come too.
well, I think he may. I
Oh,
think he
good.
may,
Oh, okay.
yes.
All
Yep.
right.
And
And Christine.
Sheriff McDermott,
Of course.
will be there.
Okay.
Yep. And he is such a proponent of the event. It's phenomenal.
That's great.
Last year was our first year at this location,
Mm-hmm.
and it has just been so well received. We're so excited. So after opening ceremonies, we have theme laps, pajama laps, hula hoop contests.
Oh.
We have some dancing presentations.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll have a DJ the whole event.
Okay.
We have a survivor lab,
Yes.
which leads right into our survivor dinner. So we welcome cancer survivors and caregivers, and the Braintree Fire Department actually hosts this luncheon or dinner where they serve our caregivers and our survivors, and we have this beautiful dinner dedicated to them.
Oh, outdoors?
Yep, under the pavilion.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And they've been doing that. The Braintree Fire Department has been doing that for years
Nice.
for us at the relay. Eventually, we'll have our closing ceremonies, and in between, there are all sorts of fun events. There'll be contests, there'll be characters walking around. Each team has an opportunity to fundraise, so there's plenty of opportunity to give back or participate in some fun raffles. Every participant that walks up to our registration and signs in will be entered into raffles that we'll be giving away.
Oh.
So the whole thing is fun.
Yeah.
It's a family fun day, and also canine presentation by a canine unit from Norfolk County. It's just fun.
Yeah, a lot of.
In addition to raising a ton of money.
Right, about how much, Karen? Do you know?
So our goal is 80,000,
Okay.
and as of this morning, we are just shy of 60,000.
All right, okay.
So we're feeling really good.
Yeah.
It's been a tough comeback because of COVID,
Right, yeah.
but the teams have been phenomenal in their fundraising. Who would have thought that dipping pretzels in chocolate would raise $5,000, which is my personal fundraiser. So
Oh, is that right?
yes,
Okay.
yes, I've been selling chocolate-covered and decorated pretzels for a year and have raised over $5,000. So
Wow.
I'm particularly
That's
pleased.
amazing.
Thank you.
That is great.
So
yeah.
it's a lot of time and effort, but
I'm
it's
sure
fun.
you have to eat a lot of pretzels, right?
Yeah, right.
And I'd like to add, one of the most impressive events at the event
Yes.
is our hope ceremony.
Okay.
And so that is a ceremony that happens at dusk. And essentially we'll have speakers who may have experienced cancer in whatever way. And then it's a solemn time. We have luminaire bags
Yes.
Yeah.
that we, individuals will create a bag for their own person, their
Yep.
loved one.
Yep.
And it's remembrance, it's in memory, it's in honor of these individuals. And so you received a glow stick,
I did.
a
yes.
part of what we had given out at our kickoff. And those glow sticks would be placed within the luminaire bag.
Okay.
The days of candles in bags
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. No.
have gone by the wayside. Sorry,
No,
Braintree Fire
I
Department.
just cracked it. I know you're not supposed to do that until the actual event, but I want to show
Oh, that's
people.
okay. I love your enthusiasm.
And these will be around the track, is that?
Yes.
how
They'll
that
be
works?
placed in the bags
Okay.
that honor these individuals.
Okay.
And within those bags will be canned goods
Oh.
to stabilize the bag.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure. So it
But
doesn't blow
it's-
away. Yeah.
But it's another opportunity to give back because we ask people to donate the canned goods,
Yep.
and later we'll collect them and bring them to the Randolph Food Pantry.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's a double
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
benefit. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, years ago, this event used to go overnight.
24
you
hours.
camp out overnight up,
Oh,
up
it's
at Pageant Field here in
phenomenal.
Quincy.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
It was phenomenal. I
Yeah.
loved it.
No, that's not the case
No.
anymore. Yeah. Okay.
But everybody that I speak to that talks about Relay remembers the 24-hour event.
Yes.
And of course, that's how it was originally created by Dr. Clapp. But
Gilbert Clapp. We should. Yeah.
yes.
Exactly. Gordon Clapp. Excuse me.
Yep. And he walked for 24 hours on his own
Yeah.
to raise awareness, and that's the origination of the Relay
Yeah.
for
Out
Life.
in Seattle, I think, or somewhere in the West
Washington.
Coast? Washington. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Seattle, Washington, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are connected.
How many teams do you have right now? Do you know?
So we have a goal of 25. I believe we're at 21.
Oh, you're doing really well so far.
We had a
Okay.
new team added this morning, so it's up until you can walk up and register that day, that
Okay.
morning.
I was just
Absolutely.
going to ask, is there a deadline? Okay, but
no,
there's not. Okay.
no, and there's no minimum to raise, so we welcome everybody.
Okay.
If you want to donate $1, please register and donate $1. We'd be so happy for it.
Okay. I
be
noticed that you're
happy.
wearing some Relay for Life
yeah.
swag, Karen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm very pro Relay for Life.
Yeah.
I wear it as often as I can to spread the word. I'm happy to talk about it with anybody who
Yes.
wants to stop and talk.
Is it available for sale?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to have a Relay store the day of Relay. So
Okay.
you can come in and purchase, and proceeds will support the Relay for Life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'm happy to say that Karen and I both went out to the high schools. Karen went to Quincy High School. I went to North Quincy High School.
Yeah.
And I was just impressed by the interest that the students had for our event. About 2 weeks ago, we had an event called the Survivor Tea Party.
Oh,
And so we do that annually as well, where we recognize survivors and we host a tea event. And again, we have this time together of remembrance. And again, we are, because we're celebrating life, we are celebrating by having raffles and giving things away and
yeah.
giving them the honor of a meal.
Which is all donated.
Yeah,
And
the community has been very generous to us.
It's housed by volunteers, do all the work. We have
Yeah.
an amazing committee on our relay team. Amazing.
It takes a lot of work to put an event like this on.
It
I'm sure,
does.
yeah.
And you mentioned earlier how people who have been affected by cancer give back.
back, yeah.
That's how our relay team has come from.
Yeah, and it really is, correct me if I'm wrong, but it really is the legacy of the people that have gone, right?
Yeah.
It's what they've given back, through what they had to go through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We-
So for you, your own experience and Karen for your dad, it's a way to continue their memory, right?
So,
Absolutely.
our chair for many years, Susan Clausen, passed away just 1 year ago. And our relay last year was the first relay without her. That was probably one of the hardest relays this team has had to endure.
Right.
And we dedicated the whole year and the whole relay to her. So it's hard.
Yeah. I would think that they'd be pleased to see that they, help develop a closer bond between
Yeah.
members on the committee and people who participate in the relay.
Yeah.
And the relay itself this year, we should mention it represents towns from all over
Yeah.
the South Shore, from Abington right down to Whitman and everything in between, including Quincy.
Right,
Yeah.
right. We're in.
Did you want to let us know where they are?
There is like 30-something towns.
Oh, there's over 30 towns, yes, that are represented.
We've grown.
Yeah.
I have a list
Yes.
of towns, but
Yeah.
all the way, I think you said it, Abington to Whitman and every letter in between.
Exactly, yeah. Main website is relayforlife.org/South Shore MA, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can do everything there. You can form a team. You can donate. You can do
Yep.
everything on that website.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Social media.
Yep, we have a Facebook page,
Okay.
the Relay of the Greater South Shore. Gives you all up-to-the-minute information, and we'll post live on Relay Day. And there's information that is posted basically every day to give you updates of what's going on, the newest activities that have been added to Relay, shout-outs to our sponsors, shout-outs to our amazing volunteers.
Feel
and-
free to mention them, Karen, if you'd like. Your
Oh,
sponsors.
well, we have quite a few.
Oh,
but
okay.
Beld, Braintree
Okay.
Electric and Light is our gold sponsor. They have been such a sponsor for so many years, and over the last couple of years, keep stepping up. And
That's
this
great.
year they stepped up huge.
Super. Yeah.
But Fasano's Catering actually donated the food for our Survivor event. I mentioned Braintree Fire Department,
Yep.
all that they do. The towns around, the mayor of Quincy donated, the mayor of Braintree donated. It's amazing. It's
That's
a
great.
real community event.
Excellent.
Yeah.
They've all been touched by cancer,
Yeah.
one way or another, sure. Anything else we should let folks know about right now?
Join us.
Join
Just
us.
Yes.
Just come and check it out if you've never been.
Yeah.
Come and check it out. It is just fun, and it's a family.
And it's a moving experience.
It is. I've been to
It's-
several, and you're right, it is.
And to your point about the Luminaria ceremony,
Yes.
if there's one thing that you only can
Yep.
do, be there at 9 o'clock for the Luminaria ceremony.
Yep.
It is moving.
No question. I don't want to jinx it, but I do have to ask. I'm sure people are wondering, what if it rains?
Rain or shine.
Okay.
Rain or shine.
Okay.
Of course, we won't put anybody in danger, but it's
Of
rain
course,
or shine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There is the pavilion.
Yes.
If need
Yeah.
be, to take.
Knock
over.
on wood, we've had good weather.
It's been
except for
lucky.
1 year.
Yeah. Yeah.
The monsoon year.
Exactly. And now not candles, so these won't go out in the rain, right?
No.
Thank you both. Really appreciate the opportunity to learn about your personal stories, and hopefully promote the event for you.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much, Joe.
You're very
We really
welcome.
appreciate the
It's our
time.
pleasure. Thanks for coming over. And thank you for watching us here at AEM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. We'll see you next time.